an exciting week for Friars fans. Padres opening day is this Thursday. By the way, you just heard 10 to 25 degrees cooler than normal, so be ready if you go out there. Heather Myers and I will be downtown bringing you a special live edition of The Four along with a team of reporters. Make plans to join us. And this year, baseball is going to look and feel a little different. The pitch clock is bringing drastic change to the pace of play. It's not the only change in play. CBS 8's Jake Garriani takes an in-depth look at the new rules and their impact on the game.
Well, major rule changes are making their way to MLB, and it should make a major impact on the game you watch. First of all, and most noticeable, will be the pitch clock, making the players on the mound work faster. Bases will increase in size. We'll see how that affects stealing and base running in general. And finally, no more defensive shifts in MLB. All of this coming in an effort to speed up the game and increase the action.
Are you getting a feel for these changes, and what do you think about them?
I'll stay away from what I think about them, and it's a lot, but I understand the reason for them, and we're getting a handle on them.
Honestly, to be honest, completely honest with you and transparent, I have no idea what the new changes are.
Oh, don't you worry, Manny, you're not alone. That's why we're here to break down the three most impactful rule changes to hit MLB this year.
I know there's no shifts. There's going to be a play clock. I don't know how's that going to look.
That's right, no more infield shifts, a new pitch clock, and as Manny put it, play clock because it affects the batter too, and larger bases. Let's begin with the biggest change, the pitch clock. After being tested in the minors, this will be the first year MLB adopts a true pitch clock. After receiving the ball from the catcher or umpire, a pitcher must begin their motion within 15 seconds with no runners on and 20 seconds with runners on.
Speed up the game probably, I'm sure.
If the pitcher does not begin their motion in the allotted time, an automatic ball will be awarded to the hitter. And the pitchers can indeed have it benefit them. This rule also impacts the hitters, who must be in the batter's box and alert with 8 seconds left on the pitch clock, or they will be penalized with an automatic strike. In addition to the new constraints with the clock, pitchers are now also limited on the amount of times they can step off the rubber in an at-bat.
The pickoffs, only being able to pick off twice or step off twice, is something that we're going to have to work on, and so implementing a slide step to kind of combat that.
Players on the mound get 2 disengagements per an at-bat without penalty. Stepping off a third time will result in a balk, unless an out is recorded on the base paths. As for the shift, 2 infielders must be on each side of second base, and all 4 infielders must have their feet in the dirt when the pitcher is on the rubber. Outfielders can still go where they like, and infielders can still shade one way or another, as long as they're within the aforementioned parameters. Finally, the base sizes, which have increased from 15 inches square to 18 inches square. Home plate remains the same. This reduces the distance from first to second and second to third by 4.5 inches, and the distance from home to first and third to home by 3 inches.
That one was kind of weird because it was easier to run on the other bases, easier to get more momentum, but I mean, everyone likes bigger bases, easier to touch and slide into now.
I really think stolen bases could go crazy this year. I don't know that we'll see that in spring training, but once the regular season begins, you got to figure, at least at the beginning, teams are going to try and run wild and see if they can take advantage of that. So it could be a very different looking game.
Games are going to go faster. It's the unintended consequences that are going to be interesting to watch.
Right, like you were saying.
We're just saying, well, it was
so fast.
I was listening to people talk last night up at the Dodgers-Angels game up in LA. People were saying it was only a 2-hour, 8-minute game. It was a low-scoring game, fast, but they said they would go to get food in the 3rd inning, and when they came back, it was the 6th.
Oh, that's a lot of a game to miss.
So there's things like that. There's going to be a lot of adjustments to make for concessions people, especially. It sounds like
food delivery to your row sounds
there you
like
go.
A good option.
I'm sure they won't charge more for that though, Marcella.